As the name suggests, the HSBC Dynamic Fund is an allocation product between equities and cash. Whenever it appears that the equity asset class is expensive, we start allocating towards the cash asset. And when we think that the equity asset is becoming very attractive from a valuation perspective, there is more and more allocation up to 100% into equities. This is designed to ensure that the equity investors get the maximum upside when we believe the market is right, and they kind of take the returns away when we think the equity asset class becomes overvalued. As we all know, the allocation between equities and cash is done on the relative expensiveness of equities as an asset class. But to find out whether the expensiveness is scientific, to really justify why we are moving away from equities, we need a more scientific explanation of why we want to do it. What we have done is we've put together a ratio called the EYG, or the earnings yield gap. This is the difference between the earnings yield and the 10-year bond yield. The time that the 10-year bond yield is higher than the earnings yield, there is more allocation to cash. And when the earnings yield actually is much higher than the bond yield, then there is more allocation to equities. In a very simple way, we do a check to see whether cost of capital now exceeds the cost that is required for equities. And in that sense, whenever there is a higher cost for debt, it is preferred that we move to debt as an asset class. In this case, cash. And as a result, we think that there is a scientific basis for allocating equities and cash, as opposed to just getting a feeling that equities are expensive based on any other parameter. As I've described earlier how the EYG model works, in practice, however, there is a lot of discretion that the fund manager has to use to ensure that the data which is coming from the model is not used purely on the basis of what is coming out. So in simple words, if you have data which suggests that yields are going to go down, then that has to be incorporated into the investment decision. So while the EYG in theory will work the way I described, in practice it will be a much more smoother way of allocation. This is also to ensure that we do not transact too much or too often, so that it defeats the very purpose of using the allocation. So in a sense, in practice, this is use of the discretion of the fund manager over and above the data which is coming out of the EYG model. As you're aware, the HSBC proprietary process is based on two parameters: profitability and valuation. Companies which display significantly high levels of profitabilities available at a reasonable price are the companies which are bought into all our portfolios. The dynamic fund essentially is a little different in the sense that it is use of allocation which is really the more important one. While the basics of the portfolios are put together on the basis of the profile that we already have, it is the allocation which is the more important from a dynamic fund's perspective. The allocation is sector neutral, and that is how we design the portfolio in the dynamic fund. On the fixed income side, the allocation is largely to money market instruments which do not carry any mark-to-market risk. Current outlook is that much of a lot of uncertainty. We think that there is a lot of uncertainty around the currency, a lot of uncertainty around interest rates, and a lot of uncertainty around inflation and growth in the economy. As a result of which, we will find a lot of volatility in the asset movements of prices. So we believe that there is going to be considerable time before all of this starts to achieve some sort of equilibrium. So I think in the long run, if I can find a product which is adequately addressing my concerns, at the same time not allowing me to be away from the equity asset class which works the most in the long run, which is equities, I think that is the product that I'd like to look for. The HSBC Dynamic Fund appears to be well positioned to take advantage of this volatility in the near term and ensure that investors in equities remain invested at the appropriate time at the appropriate valuation.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.